Oh, fuck this movie. Oh, if you haven't seen the trailer for this movie, The Perfect Guy, please watch this. It's about some chick who she meets this perfect guy, and it turns out he's some stalker, murderer, psycho. Look, if it wasn't already hard enough for men in the dating world already, we don't need Hollywood making you think, oh, if you meet this guy, he's gonna be some crazy psycho strangler under your bed looking at the camera like the boogeyman. We're either fucking Morris Chestnut or we're some crazy psycho. Oh, and of course, it's one of those black movies where everyone in it's black, and they're all rich for some reason, so they think we're all just gonna rush to the theaters and watch it. Oh, because look, black people in a movie, I'm black, I'm gonna watch that too. Plot? Fuck that shit. Character development? Fuck that shit. Look, black people. Yeah, honestly, dude, you know, I just Wikipedia'd this. I should have known this was some shit. First off, one of the writers' name is Tiger Williams, and that's Tiger with a Y. Seriously. Oh, and it's Michael Ealy playing the fucking psycho. You know what? Oh, and you produced this guy? Why are you making it harder for your fellow men? Jesus, you know what? It's because he already has so much pussy, and he's Michael Ealy. Everyone already knows. Fuck all this. Wait, didn't Tyler Perry already make this same fucking movie like 2 years ago? I swear to God, I remember when my cousin was talking about some bullshit. Hold on. I need to Google this. Yeah, what the fuck? Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor, the same shit. This chick cheats on her man, and then she ends up with some fucking psycho. Hollywood does not give a fuck. Whatever. But onto movies I might want to see. Lionsgate, they are developing a Borderlands movie. They're using some father and son producer team, Avi and Ari Arad. Wow, that's weird. Oh, they involved in the creation for Iron Man, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men, Ghost Rider, and Blade. Oh, they were so close. Every list on that, and then it hit Ghost Rider. Everything on that list, and then it hit Ghost Rider. So close. Apparently, Lionsgate, they've been trying to make a push into video game movies. They hired Nerdist Industries CEO Peter Levin as president of Interactive Ventures and Games. Oh, I thought Nerdist CDO was, what's his face? Hardwick. Whatever. But one of the dudes said, part of our strategy in entering the game space under Peter Levin has been to source new brands with built-in audiences that will translate into great films and television shows. Said Lionsgate Motion Picture Group co-chairs Rob Friedman and Patrick Waxberger. He says in a quote, "The Borderlands games don't pull any punches and will make the movie with the same in-your-face attitude that has made the series a blockbuster mega franchise." Yeah, that sounds cool. Borderlands seems like something would translate well onto the big screen. I figure it would kind of have like a Mad Max thing going. Look, everyone knows video game movies are shit. There's just video games and movies, for some reason, they just don't make that jump. If you don't believe me, Hitman 47, the most recent one, and that committed the worst sin an action movie could do, is just be boring. Like, I would be okay with just completely stupid bullshit action, like Fast and Furious or something like that, or if it was just a bad movie that you can make fun of. But no, it was just boring. Just snooze fest. I don't know. Like, someone has to break the cycle, right? Eventually, just probability. It has to happen sometime. Someone has to make a good video game movie. Mortal Kombat, but that was like 50 fucking years ago. They could do a good job, though. I don't know. Borderlands seems like something that would work well. I mean, there's no real lead character. In the Borderlands games, you're you make your own dude, so they would have to make like a new lead character, or focus on like Claptrap or something, or Handsome Jack or something like that. I'm crossing my fingers. Look, because I want a good video game movie just like everyone else. I wonder when this is going to come out. Oh, I just stumbled across a fact. Did you know what the highest grossing video game movie is? Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. 337 million. Wow. I mean, it was still shit. And they got fucking Jake Gyllenhaal to play a Persian. Like, seriously, look, I love the fact Hollywood just doesn't give a fuck. Like, I really do. Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, the whitest guy in America. Yeah, he's the Prince of Persia. It fucking worked. They made a shit ton of money. So I'll be keeping my eyes out. Next up, new patent. It reveals Nintendo's next console, codename NX. There's apparently no disk drive. This is an article from Forbes here. They filed a new patent, and you can't really take too much from these patents because there's these people that just keep scrolling. They keep searching these the patent boards or whatever you call it to hopefully find a bit of information about whatever these companies have coming up next. But in reality, companies just patent shit so no one can take it. Like, they're almost future-proofing themselves. Like, oh, they have an idea, let's just patent it real quick just in case. Like when Sony, they revealed this patent a couple years ago where their controller would break into two, and then you can use the two sticks as like a move controller or something like that. And, that never materialized. But what this patent has, the article says they filed a new patent for a device that a lot of people are thinking could be for the NX. Oh, someone from NeoGAF spotted it. Those NeoGAF people, they're on their shit, man. So the quote is, the example system is not provided with an optical disk drive for reading out a program and or data from the optical disk. The patent reads, an example system includes an internal hard disk drive storing a program and or data. Well, this is getting really techy. Basically, what it means is if there's no disk drive, it could possibly see Nintendo be moving to an all-digital future. But then again, it might not. Like, they might be going back to cartridges or some shit. That didn't use a disk drive. I want to see where that goes. And also, the only thing that really has me thinking this might not be for the NX is Nintendo still hasn't figured the internet out. So they're going to be the first ones to do the jump to an all-digital console. I don't know yet. And especially Nintendo, they have like a large kid audience, like they're going to go into GameStop. They like seeing the box art. They like pointing shit out to their mom that they'll buy, that's Nintendo's audience. But it's cool. Look, I'm sick of walking into that establishment myself. No, I don't want to pre-order any of your fucking shit. It's 2015. When was the last time you walked into a GameStop and a game was sold out? Can anyone tell me that? Can anyone really tell me that? There's a million of them. They're fucking games. Look, there's no need to fucking pre-order it. Keep your hands out of my pocket before you give me any fucking product. I mean, this is the future I eventually want to see it go, but I just don't think we're there yet, especially with bandwidth costs. I have very fast internet, but Sony does not have very fast internet. It still takes me a very long time to download something on my PS4. I mean, it varies. And the same thing with Xbox One, too. It takes a long time. We're just not there yet. Our internet infrastructure, if you will, has not caught up to that technology. And in the patent, there was nothing specifically saying this is for the NX. So this could be some offshoot that Nintendo's doing. You never know. Some new DS variation. And it's fucking Nintendo. They're out of their goddamn minds. They'll do whatever they want. And we're only 2 years away from Microsoft completely getting their shit destroyed by the entire gaming community from when they tried to make the Xbox One practically all digital and all that DRM shit. And then Sony just came after and just fucked them in the ass with no dinner. We're very close to that still. But Microsoft still hasn't caught up from that. PS4 is still just destroying it. It does seem likely when the next generation comes around, we'll be more willing to make that push, but I don't think we're there yet. But still, it's a start. It's a start. People are thinking about it. Let's see where it goes. Next, Sony. They've called for an open beta to test its next update for the PS4. They put it up on the blog. The PS4 has seen several updates since launching, and the next big one is reportedly coming in the next few months. Depending how well the beta goes, Yo, I still can't read for shit. Like, the words are in front of me. I'm reading it, but for some reason, in the process of going from my brain to my lips, it just gets completely fucked up. I don't know what. Yeah. But there's an application process on the PS blog. So even though it's a public beta, none of the spots are guaranteed. Oh, and they posted a link for the application. But I like this. So Sony's taking a cue from Microsoft. They've had an invite-only beta program for all its system updates since last year. And it's a good thing, too. Sony, they've hit some rough patches with some of its last system updates. 2.0, you remember shit was all fucked up. People's consoles were bricking apparently. No, but I think that was just a rumor. But there was headaches. Shit was going slow. There was famine, pestilence. Your mom found your internet history, all that shit. And also, people are already pissed off with Sony updates whenever you want to start the system and you have to update everything to fucking watch YouTube or something like that. So this would be cool. Finally giving people an opportunity to test it out before the world goes to hell in a handbasket. With the upcoming 3.0, apparently that's going to be like the next big update to their OS. They just came out with one last week or something, but that didn't do shit. Sony is the king of bullshit updates. Fucking stability improvements. I'm using air quotes because nothing seems more stable. Whenever I turn on my PS4, the what's new section is still spinning and it doesn't load. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, but sure, your stability. So apparently this 3.0 update is it's going to be something with the OS. It'll make it a lot cleaner, a lot smoother. I just want to see the bastardization of the cross-media bar go away and we can have a nice fluid interface because I still haven't figured that shit out. It's all jumbled, it moves. But back to the article. But a leak on Reddit recently suggested some of the potential 3.0 features. Like 2.0, it mostly revolves around improved community and social features, as well as the ability to upload clips to Twitter directly, and a new message screen. But the PS4 has always had relatively stripped down but a functional OS. But some of the leaked features that may be in the 3.0 update, you can upload video clips straight to Twitter. I think it's like a 10-second max. Hopefully, and I'm crossing my fingers, you could change your PSN name. Because if you created your PSN name back in 2007 and you're like fucking 26 now, you're still stuck with fucking loves to splooge 32 or something like that. It's embarrassing, please. Like, how hard is that? How hard is that? Like, what's going on? Like, I picture the Sony internet infrastructure is like that episode of South Park when they show you how the writers for Family Guy think of their ideas, where it's just a bunch of whales in a tank and they're picking up orbs and putting it into like slots or some shit. I think that's, or it's just like a bunch of cats in an office somewhere trying to like plug in cables and wires and sending off emails or some shit trying to make it work. Like, I really don't know how hard it is to change your PSN name. Shuhei Yoshida, I'm looking at you specifically. This is all your fault, 100% of it. Not Sony, just you. It's you, all on you. I'm sure you're the sole person responsible for this, you adorable bastard. Okay, and to a lot of people's delight, the Street Fighter V beta is officially going to start. So after the botched first attempt, Capcom, they're going to finally bring the 5-day-long beta to the PS4 only. And in a quote, some dude from Capcom. As a lot of you may have known, we've recently been holding regional server stress tests and have experienced minimal issues. The company notes on their blog, due to promising results we've received, we are now moving forward with our worldwide beta test. So it's going to start tomorrow at 4, and it's going to run until September 2nd at 7 a.m. And they go on to say, although we want you all to experience the awesomeness that is Street Fighter V during this time, please note that this beta and users may run into connectivity issues. This data is extremely helpful to us as it will ensure that the final product will have the most optimal netcode. In case there are server issues, be sure to follow at SFV server, Jesus Christ, on Twitter for the latest updates on the status of the server. Look, I don't know. If you can't get your beta up and running at least decent, that doesn't give me a lot of hope in the final product. I sense another delay coming. That's just me. But I'm not the biggest of fighting game fans. I stopped with Street Fighter probably in the 3rd grade, but I know there's a lot of people who get a chubby from Street Fighter. But yeah, I hope it works out for you guys. I hope you have fun at your Evos and your frame counting and all that crazy shit you guys do. God love you. Next up, Divinity Original Sin 2 It has reached its crowdfunding goal. This new entry in the Divinity Original Sin universe, which is an old style, very complex RPG that a lot of people found their way to. The developer Larian, they hit Kickstarter. They secured their asking price for $500,000 in hours, and they're already past like 800 grand. Okay, and the developer Larian, they promised that the sequel is going to double down on the inter-party interactions that the first game started to explore. They're interested in multiplayer. Up to 4 people can control individual party members who will be able to go about their business either competitively, cooperatively, or some combination. Not all of the characters will have the same goals in the fictional world. But yeah, it seems like these, nostalgic RPG games, they do really well on Kickstarter. It finds something that people just identify with. I do like this. You know my thoughts on crowdfunding, but this is something with a track record. This is some people already have a baseline idea of what they're gonna get, and the developer, they've delivered before. And lastly, the biggest news story, the thing that has been on everyone's mind, that has had the gaming industry at a standstill, what everyone wants to know. I'm really looking forward to Metal Gear Solid 5, guys. It looks so good. I've been staying away from a lot of the previews and shit. I want to go in as cold as possible. And yes, I did hear a lot of the buzz about the early reviews that came out. Apparently, it's been getting 10s everywhere. I still haven't read a review. I don't want to know. I just want to go in cold, like a fresh virgin Khaleesi meeting Jason Momoa for the first time. I think this is going to be Kojima's swan song. Just want to get in there and play it. It just looks so cool. It's a huge... First off, the thing about the Metal Gear games is it's always been... they've given you leeway on how you've done stuff with a lot of story, but this seems like the first game that's just giving you the reins to do shit. Here's your objective. Here's the tools you have. You figure it out. And you won't have to sit through a TV movie every 15 minutes. I want this to be good so bad. And apparently a lot of the word has been coming back positive. I still have to finish up The Witcher 3. I think I might put Witcher 3 on the back burner until this game. Because The Witcher 3, oh my God. God love you, CD Projekt Red. You make a wonderful product, but I feel like I will never finish. The Witcher 3 is the equivalent of like a hamster wheel for me. It's so big. I've done so much, but yet I feel like I've done nothing. I hope I'll be able to, just put that on hold for a little bit, do my Metal Gear, and come back. But the thing is, Witcher 3, it's so dense. There's so much you have to know. There's so much lore. There's just things to do that I hope I'll be able to jump back in it without being what's going on here as soon as I hit the controller, not knowing where anything is. That's probably how it's going to be, but call me a sheep if you want, but I don't want to be out of the whole zeitgeist thing once Metal Gear launches. I want to be in it. I want to be talking about it with my friends. I want to take part. Metal Gear Solid 4, it was good. It let me down a little bit, but we'll see. I want this so bad. Just give it to me. But that's it. I gave you your little news, keeping it quick. Thanks for listening. If you want to find me, I am at Peter Paris. And happy gaming. Eat a dick. Don't do that. I like you guys.